We live in a world obsessed with results. The accolades, the wealth, the recognition, they're all badges of success that society glorifies. But somewhere along the way, we've forgotten something vital. Life isn't a sprint to a finish line, it's a journey that unfolds one step at a time. Today, let's talk about why focusing only on the results can rob you of the joy of living. Let's uncover why trusting the process is the key to true growth, fulfillment, and lasting success. Picture this. A young artist spends years perfecting their craft, sketching tirelessly in the quiet corners of their room. One day, one of their paintings goes viral, and the world calls them an overnight success. But what about the nights they stayed up, doubting themselves? The mornings they woke up feeling like their work was meaningless? Society loves the story of the breakthrough moment. We see the medal on the podium, but not the sweat on the training ground. We marvel at the millionaire, but not the years they spent living frugally, learning, failing, and starting over. Trusting the process means accepting that growth is gradual. It's like planting a seed. You don't stare at the soil, demanding it sprout instantly. You water it, you nurture it, you wait. The process itself teaches you patience, resilience, and humility. Destination addiction. It's the belief that happiness lies in the next achievement, the next milestone. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll feel successful once I lose those 20 pounds. Sound familiar? But here's the truth. If your joy is always tied to the next goal, you'll never be satisfied. Reaching one peak only reveals the next, higher summit. You become trapped in a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction. Take a moment to think about your own life. When was the last time you paused to appreciate where you are now, to acknowledge how far you've come? Trusting the process means finding contentment in the now while working toward your future. It means understanding that the journey itself is where life happens. Imagine a bamboo tree. For the first several years, nothing seems to happen. There's no visible growth above the ground. But beneath the surface, the roots are spreading deep and wide, preparing for the moment when the tree will shoot up 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Human growth is the same. Most progress is invisible at first. You might be putting in effort day after day, studying, practicing, building, and it feels like nothing's changing. But every small action is strengthening your roots. Don't let the lack of immediate results discourage you. Trust that the work you're doing now will pay off in ways you can't yet see. Real growth requires faith in the unseen. We often hear phrases like grind harder or hustle 24/7. While hard work is important, the secret to lasting success isn't about pushing yourself to the brink. It's about building habits that compound over time. Take the story of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He explains that small, consistent changes lead to massive transformations. Improving by just 1% every day might seem insignificant, but over a year, that adds up to a 37% improvement. Think about your daily routines. Are they aligned with the person you want to become? Trusting the process means focusing on what you do consistently, not just what you achieve occasionally. Failure. The word itself sends shivers down most people's spines. But what if I told you failure is one of the most powerful tools for growth? Consider Thomas Edison. When asked about his thousands of failed attempts to create the light bulb, he famously replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every failure teaches you something new. It refines your approach, strengthens your character, and builds your resilience. Trusting the process means reframing failure as feedback, not defeat. It's not the end of the journey, it's part of it. One of the hardest lessons to learn is that you can't control everything. No matter how much effort you put in, there will always be factors outside your influence, timing, luck, other people's choices. Trusting the process means surrendering to the flow of life. It doesn't mean giving up. It means doing your best with what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Think of a surfer riding a wave. They can't control the ocean, but they can learn to balance, adjust, and ride the wave as it comes. Life is the same. When you stop fighting for control, you start finding your rhythm. At its core, trusting the process is about embracing the joy of becoming. It's about realizing that who you are today is not who you will be a year from now. And that's a beautiful thing. Think about a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The transformation isn't instantaneous. The caterpillar doesn't rush the process. It trusts the struggle, knowing it's part of becoming something greater. So, ask yourself, are you rushing to become someone? It teaches you patience in the face of frustration, resilience in moments of doubt, and joy in the small victories. So, the next time you feel disheartened by slow progress, remember, every masterpiece started with a single brushstroke. Every mountain was climbed step by step. Every success story is rooted in countless untold moments of effort and faith. Don't let the obsession with results blind you to the beauty of your journey, because at the end of the day, it's not just about what you achieve. It's about how you lived while getting there. And remember, the best things in life take time. Trust yourself. Trust the journey. Trust the process. Remember, life is a journey, not a race. The results will come in their own time, but the process, that's where the magic happens. Trust it. Embrace it, and let it shape you into the person you were meant to be.